大家好，我是 Olive Branch Down. So we've all been there where we're trying to lose some fat and get into shape, yet we're always encountering temptations. So we don't want to eat junk food, but you can't resist. And so you end up eating it and you feel really, really guilty and you're a bit ashamed of it. You start beating yourself up. You might even tell yourself that you're useless or that you'll never be able to lose fat. This type of guilt is not going to help you and it will set you off in a downward spiral. Instead, you should actually practice what's called self-compassion, and that's basically going to help you set yourself free from that guilt and refocus back on making progress. So there's a trend now in social media that's trying to tell you that you can be whatever you want to be as long as you work hard, you're self-disciplined, and you achieve that goal. And that is actually very good for you to level up and to be a better version of yourself. However, it can also cause a lot of anxiety. The simple fact is that we all have a bit of mental fragility at some point in our lives, and they can come in many different forms and factors. For example, a coworker could have mentioned a comment in passing about your work performance or even about how you look. Your mom could have mentioned something about you, and that can have some serious childhood memories that can cause a lot of hurt and pain. Another big offender is social media, and that's because we're constantly being bombarded by posts from our friends and contacts where they're having really exotic vacations and really nice meals, and this can all leave chips and dents in our armor and how we perceive our own lives. Now, it's not just what other people can make you feel, it's also what you make yourself feel that can be a problem. So being a personal trainer is that I get to see a lot of different type of clients, and there are certain profiles that actually behave a certain way. For example, when we're doing weight training and they're trying to hit a target of number of weights and number of sets and reps, that they come short. They failed at actually what we were trying to achieve. Now, this type of client, they'll get really upset with themselves. They'll feel sad. They'll even call themselves weak. And this type of self-talk can be so negative and paralyzing that they won't come back for weeks, if not months on end. Now, there's another type of client that actually, after the similar result happened, they did not hit the required or the target hit reps and weight. That person actually just started to tell themselves, well, I tried my best. Maybe I'll do better next time. I can hit it next time. Now, this client actually came back as scheduled, the very next session planned and scheduled, and actually did achieve the target, if not exceeded it. And so this is actually something I want to highlight between these two different behaviors. The first type of client was practicing self-destruction and was very self-negative. And so this type of person regularly would quit after any setback, and they would take a long time before they would return back to the gym, if at all. Whereas the second type of client, they were practicing self-compassion, and they were able to bounce back after a setback, and they would write off that one session as a bad day, and were able to continue as planned and even exceed the target. So you see, it's very easy to be down on yourself, to beat yourself up. And so this is why, by practicing self-compassion, the first thing that happens is you stop the negative self-talk. You're on your own side. You are now your ally instead of being your own enemy. And two, you're starting to encourage to continue the plan, to stay on track, to be consistent so that you can achieve your goals. And so this is mental toughness in a nutshell. Basically, when you have obstacles or setbacks in your plan and you can overcome them and continue the work, that's mental toughness. And this is why self-compassion is mental toughness. So here are some tools to help you to practice self-compassion, whether it's in training or throughout the rest of your life. And that is to actually start practicing some positive self-talk, telling yourself that you are enough, that you are a lovable person, and that you are human, because we're not perfect, we're not robots. And so this allows you to keep going after setbacks. You can continue to clock in the hours and do the work. Tip number 2 is that you want to think about the long game. Okay, so you don't always want to think about this event is life and death situation. No, if you lose this situation, there's always going to be another next time, and there's going to be a next time, especially when it comes to things like your workouts, where you'll be working out for a very long time. You don't have to worry about what you actually do today. Similarly with your career, there's always going to be a bounce back if you screwed up a client meeting, for example. So I just want to be clear that practicing self-compassion has nothing against being those ultra ambitious types with lofty goals. In fact, it's really supplemental to them because they're going to experience setbacks in their journey towards success, and practicing self-compassion will allow them to overcome these obstacles so that they can achieve what they set out to achieve. So I just want to summarize this video, guys, by saying that failure is a part of life. And by practicing self-compassion, hopefully you have one more tool in your mental toughness toolkit so that you can achieve a better version of yourself. That's it. I hope you found that useful. And as always, please leave any questions or comments below, and I'll see you next time.